Hi guys, it's been another year yet again. This is now the third year in a row that I am filming on New Year's Eve. This time I'm in a little bit of a different location. I am currently in Japan, in Tokyo. I have spent the last 2 weeks here and then I spent another 2 weeks here before that. On a different trip, and I'm gonna be here for another week and a half, so I'm living life right now. But the main point of this video is to reflect on 2023 and plan for 2024, so that is what I'm gonna do. With me I have a video of my 2023 New Year's resolutions, so what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be going over them, seeing what I did and didn't do, and then plan for 2024. The first thing that I said was that I wanted to keep on going to the gym throughout 2023. I most definitely did that. I love the gym so much. The gym is my happy place. It is my favorite time of day. It's my favorite place to be. I have found such a good community in the gym, and there's nowhere I would rather be than in the gym, honestly. So yeah, I've been going, well, at the start of the year I went probably about 6 times a week, and now excluding the fact when I'm overseas, like now, 5 times a week, 5 or 6 times a week. I have more rest days because I go more hardcore in the gym than I did when I made this video. So I need more of a break. So the next thing on my list of things to do in 2023 was to attend Pilates classes. And honestly, I did. I attended a few of them with my mother because she is a Pilates queen. And I enjoyed them, but Pilates is not for me. I am not a Pilates girly, unfortunately, even though I really did try. I did try, I promise. But weights, like lifting weights, it's just the dream for me. Like I couldn't do both. I had to choose one. It just took up way too much time to do everything. I wish I could, and if I had more time I would. I do love it. Pilates is great, but weights over Pilates. And I still do yoga and stretches every morning. I probably have like a 20-minute routine that I do every single day, and I work on my core in that. And because I think that was like one of the main reasons why I wanted to start doing Pilates, was to work on my core, because in the gym I do upper body and lower body, but not so much my core. But I do actually do quite a lot of core work now anyway, so yeah, it's a win-win situation. All right, the next thing was to go on more bike rides. I have not touched my bike at all this year. It's getting it out of the shed, it's assembling it, I have to do all of that, and then life is so busy, and I really wish that I had the time. The amount of time that I have during the day is so limited that I would so much rather go on a walk. I do so many hot girl walks. I prefer walking over bike riding. All right, the next thing was to reserve at least 3 hours a week to watch a movie or just chill. And look, Madeline, look past, I'm talking to myself. Look past Madeline. I get the sentiment. I get the fact that you wanted to look out for me and make sure that I wouldn't get burnt out. And so you were kind enough to spare 3 hours a week for me to watch a movie. I get it. And honestly, I stuck to that for a good semester. I was so hardcore studying for the first half of the year that I literally didn't have a social life. Well, this is actually probably term one. Term one, did not have a social life, did not go on social media that much, didn't go on TikTok. I didn't really I literally, the only entertainment I had was books, and then these 3 hours a week that I had made for myself, because I had a schedule planned out on Notion, and it was literally on Sunday afternoon, 3 hours, chill. And then everything else was just crazy. And I actually stuck to that for like a good while, but was not sustainable. I found that the more I structured every single moment of my life, the more I felt bad when I couldn't live up to that standard. So instead, I just listened to my body more. And if my body needed a break, I would give my body a break. From studying or exercising or whatever it was, I would give my body a break. And I was much more intuitive by the end of the year, I think. And I would say that I spend way more than 3 hours a week resting. And that's not a bad thing. I think back then, I thought that the more time I spend resting, the least productive I would be, but that's not true. I am very productive, I think. But at the same time, I also balance out how much time I spend working and how much time I spend recharging. Next thing on the list was to spend more time reading books than going on social media. So again, for the first half of the year, I was a little bookworm. And I did not want to touch social media. Like, I barely went on it. Like, every few days I was like, oh yeah, I've got to do my streaks. Oh yeah, I guess I should check Instagram, I guess. And for the rest of the time, I'd be studying or reading. And, like, honestly, like, I don't know how I did it. But I did. And props to you, Mads, for doing that for, like, a good, solid half of the year. But, you know, I think now I spend a little more time on my phone than I probably would like to. And this is probably one of those things like where it is a bit of a negative thing, how much time I spend on social media. But I do still spend a lot of time reading. I love reading so much. The feeling of just immersing yourself in a book without any other problems, any other stresses or worries, it's the best feeling ever. And I honestly think I need a bit of a social media detox. Like, for a few weeks now, I've been seriously considering taking a break from social media. Maybe when I get back from Japan, because everyone's like, oh my god, show us Japan, show us Japan, show us Japan. And I'm like, yes. And as soon as I like go to post anything about my trip, I get distracted and I start scrolling and, you know, the inevitable, you know? So I think I do need a break from social media, but the first half of the year I didn't really go on social media and I did do a lot of reading. So you sort of did your goal, Mads, so good job with that. All right, the next thing on my list was to go to the beach at least once a week. Mads, living the luxury, oh my god. No, I did not go to the beach once a week. I wish. That would be like, because yeah, obviously I live very close to the beach, so I think I thought it would be reasonable enough, but I reckon like I would be lucky if I went once a month. Like, I went a lot on the holidays, like before when I came back from my first trip from Japan, and because basically I went on a school trip to Japan for 2 weeks and then I was home for 10 days and then I left again with my parents and now I'm here for 3 more weeks with my parents. I know, I don't know how it just worked out that way. Anyway, in the 10-day period where I was back at home, I literally baked at the beach. I got so, like, I didn't get that sunburn actually because I put so much sunscreen on. But yeah, I tanned so much. And it was great. It was so nice to just chill at the beach. It is a really great feeling. And Mads, I wish that I could have lived up to your goal to go to the beach once a week, and maybe I will be able to once I graduate from school in 2024. Wait, I'm graduating school in 2024. Guys, this time next year. What? Wait a minute. Hold on, give me a second. Anyways, the next thing on my list is to journal regularly. And I did that again for the first half of the year. I probably So that journal that I showed in my New Year's resolution of 2023, that like brown journal, I completely filled that, wrote in it every day, like great job. And oh my god, so much stuff. There's so much tea in that. Anyway, and then I got another journal, and then I probably wrote in about like 40 pages, and then I just kind of stopped because it started to feel like a chore because I was doing it every single day. And so now I still journal, but regularly isn't every day. Regularly is like more so once a month or once every few, like just whenever something big happens and I need to write my feelings down, I will. But I won't do it every day now because like, you know, sometimes some days I don't do much, and so I don't really need to. It's usually when a big life event happens or like mentally there's a big change that I will write my feelings down. I only really journal when I need to now. It's not like an everyday thing. It's not a job that I have to do every day. And I think that was a bit of an unrealistic goal that I set myself. And I even mentioned it. I was like, maybe every day is unrealistic. That's what I said in this video. It did work out. It worked out, but it was not every day. I do not journal every day. But I journal enough. I journal enough to know how I'm feeling and get my feelings out. Like I do that. And a lot of the times now I find that instead of actually writing down my feelings, I make videos and I say it to like my Snapchat or my Instagram or my parents or my friends. I'll be very open just via speech instead of actually writing it down. Like I think that's equally as effective as journaling. Okay, the second last one was to drink lots of water. I do drink a lot of water, but honestly, I should probably be drinking more. I think I drink more during the term when I'm constantly studying and I'm constantly doing work. I will constantly be like drinking so much water, but now that I'm on holidays and I'm sort of out of my routine, like while I'm in my routine at home, I'm like, oh, it's time to drink water. Oh, I've got my water bottle right here. Like, but while I'm on holidays, I found it hard to like remember to drink water. I don't know, that sounds so weird, but like I'm not going to the gym, I'm not studying, so I don't get worn out as easily. And whenever I'm worn out, I immediately drink water to make sure I'm hydrated, and I'm not doing that on the holidays. So I think I need to remember to drink water, especially while I'm traveling. But apart from that, like when I'm actually in my routine, and I stuck to my routine like throughout the entire year. Like I was so good with my routine. I'm so proud of myself for doing that. Honestly, Mads, you did so great this year. I love you so much. And I'm not being sarcastic. I really am so proud of myself for all that I've done. The last thing on my list is to eat more intuitively. So I have been tracking my meals and tracking my calories for about I'd say a month and a half now, probably a month and a half, and it's been going really well. I've lost about 6 or 7 kilos, and but just especially when I know that my period is close, it doesn't matter how much I eat or what I eat, I still get. Yeah, okay, I can't I can't watch any more of that. Honestly, food this year has been very difficult for me, I must say. It's been also it's been great, and I've gone through a lot, and I think now I'm at a point where I am healing my relationship with food. But like especially at the start of the year, the first half of the year where I was grinding on everything, it seems, I was also unknowingly really damaging my relationship with food. I feel more comfortable talking about it now because basically, as many of you know, I have lost quite a bit of weight since last year, and it was great, honestly. Like I had a goal and I reached it, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And it was never supposed to be anything unhealthy. Like I just wanted to feel good in my skin, and I do. I love the way I look, and I am very confident about the way I look. And I'm very proud of myself for all the work that I've done to look like this. But the journey that got me here with food, I unknowingly hurt my mentality when it comes to my relationship with food. Because I started tracking my calories, and I used an app to do so in November of 2022. I basically spent a year every day tracking every single meal, every single piece of food, or even fruit, like just anything. I would weigh. I bought myself a food weigher, and I would weigh, and then I would put all of that information into this app, and it would tell me how many calories I was consuming every day, and my Fitbit would tell me how many calories I burnt every day. And I got so obsessed with those numbers, and I was so obsessed with like staying below the calorie deficit and losing weight, and I felt trapped in this. It was so weird. My mentality was so weird, and I was obsessively thinking like, when's my next meal gonna be? Okay, planning in my head, what am I gonna have? How much can I have? How much have I burnt? How much do I need to burn? How much can I consume before I go over my limit? Like, that's just all that filled my brain for so many months. And I am in Japan right now, and before I came here, I was so scared because I knew that I wouldn't be able to weigh my food. I knew I wouldn't be able to track what I was eating accurately, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to go to the gym. And I pushed it away in the back of my mind for so many months, but I was so scared that I was gonna gain weight, maybe. I think that that's what I was scared of, or just like be out of routine, not be able to do what I had been doing for so many months with my food and my exercise. I was so scared to go on this amazing trip. I have been wanting to go back to Japan ever since I left 10 years ago. It is my dream place. It is my dream holiday. In fact, I want to move here one day. That is definite. After being here, after spending so many weeks here, I think it's definite. Like, when I leave school and when I study at uni, I'm probably going to do their exchange program to come live over here for a year. Like, I am so obsessed with this country, and the fact that I almost ruined this trip because of my relationship with my food and the way that I thought about it. I can't imagine how this trip could have gone if I stayed, if I kept tracking my calories. So basically, at the start of November of 2023, it had been a year that I had been using this app to track my calories, and my trip to Japan with the school was coming up very soon, and I made the decision to completely stop tracking my calories and to completely stop weighing my foods and worrying about every single little thing that I put in my mouth. I decided to stop. I deleted the app. I stopped using my weights. I put the weights away. I told my parents, just take this away from me. I don't want to see it. I don't want to think about it. And I stopped worrying. Well, thoughts still come and go, and I don't punish myself for it. It's only natural, but yeah, and as soon as I did it, I felt free. I felt like I could eat what I wanted without feeling guilty, and it was hard for me at first. And the first trip that I went on with the school to Japan, it took me a little bit to be comfortable with the foods I was eating, but by the end of the trip, I fell in love with food again. I had ramen, and honestly, like I was telling my friends, I had ramen, and they were like, so what? And like, just for me, there was no way I would have let myself have a bowl of ramen like a month before. And I was so happy. And I've continued to have just the best foods in Japan, and I've been eating intuitively. I think I had to go through that process though in order to learn like what is healthy and what isn't. I think everything that I went through this year needed to happen. Most definitely. And I really do believe that. I believe that the universe has a plan for us, and I believe that everything happens for a reason, and if something bad happens, it happened because we needed to learn from it. And I also believe that the things that we want in life, the things that we're drawn to, the reason why we're drawn to them is because it's already out in the future. And that mentality has just made me feel so grateful and so connected to this beautiful earth. And in 2024, I really want to expand my spirituality and my love and my gratitude for this world. And I also want to take this moment to thank all of my friends who have helped me through everything that I've been through this year. I love you all so much. I have made so many new friends this year, and I think I do now have a social life, because at the start of 2023, I did not, and now I have a beautiful group of friends, and I'm so grateful for all of them. I'm grateful for my family. There's so many things to be grateful for, and I'm so looking forward to what 2024 has in store. And on that note, here are my goals and aspirations for 2024. All right, number 1 is to prioritize grounding myself, and that means just being present, living in the moment, and being focused on the now, and just living in the now, because the time is now. And I've been struggling with that this year. I constantly was like worrying about the next thing, what's going to happen next, what's happening next. And that was like a lot of my life. Like, that's just what I filled my brain with, like, what's happening next. And I was not living in the now, and I need to live in the now, especially in my last year of school. I really need to take a moment and appreciate how far I've come and where I am now. So I really need to prioritize grounding myself, and I can do that via meditation and going on walks and journaling or speaking to you guys, or talking with my loved ones, anything like that, to just bring me back to the present. The next thing is to take better care of my skin. So something that I haven't really talked about before, like even to my friends, is how much I've been struggling with my skin. Like, I have this really bad habit of irritating my face, my arms, my legs, like, because I think I do it as like a way to relieve stress or anxiety, but it never does. But it's just such a bad habit, and it makes me feel so self-conscious, and I really need to stop irritating my face and get a better skincare routine. I do have a skincare routine, but yeah, my goal is to like really take charge of my skin and my health in that regard. Number 3 is to obviously stay consistent at the gym, and that's not going to be a problem for me at all. But another goal at the gym that I have is to learn how to do a pull-up without assistance. So one of the exercises that I do as an upper body exercise at the gym is like assisted pull-ups, where I will use this like bench that I'll kneel on, and then I'll like do pull-ups with the bench, because what the bench does is it takes off some of my body weight, and so it's easier for me to do a pull-up. But my goal is to do a pull-up without assistance, without any assistance, just straight pull up. So that's one of my goals for the gym. And then another one is to continue to heal my relationship with food, and to hopefully, by doing that, get my period back. So if you don't follow my private account on Instagram, I made a video on there basically saying how, because I lost so much weight and because I was so active in the gym and because I completely changed like my whole fitness journey and the way that I ate and the way that I exercised, my body stopped getting its period. And because my body fat percentage was so low, I think at the start of September it was like a 12% body fat rate, which is not good. I'm supposed to be, like, at my age, at least 18% body fat, and I had 12%. So that was obviously the reason why I wasn't getting my period. And I still haven't got my period back, but I am like nourishing my body a lot more, and I have a much more balanced exercise and diet routine. So hopefully, if I continue to heal my relationship with food and keep eating more nourishing meals, then hopefully I will be able to get my period back. So the next thing is to immerse my social life with the people I love, because I think my social life hasn't been a priority for me for the last few years. And like, it's not a bad thing. It's just that's not where I was in that point in time, like, of my life. Like, it wasn't a priority for me, and that's okay. But now, you know, I want to have some fun with my friends. I'm not a party person, and I am an introvert, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to have a good time in grade 12, the last year of my school, with the people that I love. So yeah, I'm really gonna make it a priority to immerse my social life and make memories that'll last forever. The next thing is to channel my feminine energy. So I feel like recently I've been in a bit of my masculine energy, and if you don't know what that means, it's kind of hard to explain, but like the way that I behave and the way that I act and the choices and the decisions that I make are very masculine. And especially when I'm like with my friends, like I swear and I don't have good posture and I talk like this, and like it's not ladylike, you know. And I've just been noticing that, like, basically at one specific point of being in your feminine energy is to be okay with receiving and being open to receiving and not giving all the time and not having to do everything and plan everything and be the one in the relationship or the friendship to organize everything and do everything. Like, that is very much what I am used to doing. I am used to being the one to initiate everything in a friendship or a relationship, and I realized that I don't need to do that. And I know that this is kind of a touchy subject, like the whole sexuality thing and the whole feminine versus masculine can be very controversial, but I think I want to try channeling my feminine energy this year. And I'll let you know how that goes, because I'm still learning about what that actually means. Second last thing is to aim for consistent quality studying in year 12, because I'm in grade 12 in 2024. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Like, this time next year, I will be done with school, and I am so hyped, but I need to get through a lot of work. And I did it in grade 11. I got straight A's in grade 11, and I don't mind saying that. I went above and beyond academically, and I'm so proud of myself for that, and it just proves that I can do it again this year, no problem. So yeah, I'm going to aim for consistent studying throughout year 12 and make that a priority. But at the same time, I don't want to spend all of my time studying. I really want to find that balance of social life and recharge and relaxing with studying. I really want to find that balance instead of only studying or only, you know, having a good time. I really want to make it a goal to find a really good balance, because I think that is what I need to make sure I don't get burnt out, or to make sure that, you know, I'm doing well in school. And the last thing, which I sort of mentioned already, is to explore my spiritual journey and do more work with crystals. I've been really getting into crystals, and I brought some with me. Currently I'm wearing red jasper, and I've got a moonstone bracelet, and I've also got like some actual like crystals that I brought with me, and some cards that I like to practice with. I'm not religious, but I am definitely very spiritual, and that is something that I definitely want to be more open to in 2024, because it makes me feel so amazing, being connected to this beautiful earth and what it has to offer. Okay, now the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is the word of the year, because in 2023, my word of the year, I think, was acceptance, if I remember correctly. I'm not looking at the video, I'm literally just like thinking off the top of my head. Acceptance is what I chose for the word of the year, and I am very proud of myself for sticking to that word of the year and using that word to navigate all the trials and tribulations that I was given in 2023, because like so much stuff, unexpected stuff happened, and if I didn't accept those things and I didn't adapt, I would have definitely I would have broken down. So I don't know how I knew that I would need to use that word so much, but it really did come in handy. So 2023's word was acceptance, but 2024's word of the year is going to be nurture. And that includes nurturing my body, nurturing my skin, my mentality, my spirituality, nurturing my knowledge, and nurturing my social life, and nurturing my femininity. This word is going to be my guide and my inspiration throughout the entire year. I feel it in my entire body that nurture is a really important word for me this year. Like, just taking self-care, nurturing everything about myself and my life will definitely serve me really well, because I know that without nurturing myself, I will get burnt out easily and tire myself out, but nurturing will maintain my healthy well-being. And with that being said, thank you 2023 for an eventful, surprising, magical, and exciting year. It was honestly amazing. I met so many new people that I adore. I lost a few connections. People came and went out of my life, but when one door closes, another one opens, and I did well in school, and my fitness journey is going amazingly, and I'm in Japan. Yeah, 2023 was pretty cool. I had my school formal, and that I felt, oh, that was like the best night of my life. I loved school formal. And 2024, I'm gonna be graduating, and I'm so excited, and I hope you guys have had a good 2023, and I wish you all the best for 2024. I'll see you in my next video, whenever that may be.